You know it's a better betting app when you've got stats and insights for every major game and race. Plus expert opinions from the best minds in the game, all in the palm of your hand. That's better. You win some, you lose more.
You're watching Punters Inside Run, and we have 10 races at Sandown in Melbourne. Of course, Tuesday's Anzac Day meeting was cancelled, so a couple of extra, or at least an extra race, and a couple have transferred across. Shark, your thoughts on the track? We're recording this on a Thursday. There's a little bit of rain around. There's plenty of wind.
Bit of rain Thursday, bit more rain Friday night. I think, Matty, is when the bulk of the rain looks like it's going to come. So, yeah, the wind, it's interesting, isn't it? It might dry it out, or it might just help blow those showers through without having too much effect on the track. But
did you work on a good or a soft?
Sandown's in a bit of a rain belt, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm in that sort of 5 range, I think. Yeah.
And it sort of looks like a meeting that nothing really jumps off the page except maybe one or two. There's a lot of sort of 10-to-1 sort of each-way runners that you might get invested in, but nothing sort of says back me.
No, and a lot of races where there's probably 3 or 4 genuine winning chances in it. I settled on Katsu as my best. I really liked this horse when he came back at Sale. The trials beforehand were huge, and there were horses winning all around him in his trials. Again, he's won 3 out of 5 now. The Sale run was the easiest watch of all time. Yep. He just jogged along, and when Jordan Child said go, the horse just
well, it was caught wide the whole way, and you think, well, this horse has got to get tired first up, but in the end wins by almost 4 lengths.
And I think that's probably the mark of a horse that's better than that grade. You know, that was a 70. Mm-hmm. This is a stronger race. There's some horses like Fasudo and Fisher who have shown good ability at times, but I think he's a level above them.
And I think Graham Begg knows that.
I think he does know that.
Yeah, he's got another talented one that's sort of working through the grade.
And you know what? He's a master at placing them to advantage so they can get that winning feeling, put some prize money in the bank and get their way to better races rather than just plonking them straight in.
So we're agreeing the best bet for the day at Sandown is race 6, number 3, Katsu.
Race 6, number 3, Katsu.
Yeah, won 2 in a row last prep, and the form was frank with, you talked about Fasudo, Who Shot Susie running well behind Fasudo, and that sort of ties in well, even though there was plenty left in hand when winning the other day. So we're agreeing. I think that's the only horse that really jumps off the page to me. Maybe one in race number 10, but what have you got for a value bet?
Well, in the 9th, Cardinal Virtue's probably got his hand up for a Stradbroke Tour. If he can win, Cardinal Gem. Yeah, if he can win this, he'll find himself, I think, heading to Queensland with a Stradbroke on the cards.
Got to carry a bit of weight.
He does. It's a really good test. He's a 100 handicap raider with 60 kilos here. He needs to probably be north of 105 to get into a Stratty.
Yep.
So he's there to win. I just think a horse that ran 3rd to him last time, Lady of Honour, is a genuine chance to turn the tables. Each way odds, the horse is 3rd up. She carries a bit of pudding back from a spell.
Yep.
So the Hayes boys like to race her into fitness. I think she'll be right 3rd up. Just had to do a little bit of work and cover a bit of ground last time. She tried hard. She ran up to probably the 250 before Cardinal Gem put her away. Inside gate, I think there's a lot in her favour here. She'll run really well.
So Lady of Honour, best value for Shark. I've gone to the last race. The Lindsay Smith or Carolux is the favourite, but I thought price-wise that Party for One was a better value bet here. Really caught the eye flashing home. First run for the price, Kent Yard. That was, prior to that was, it was a 7 weeks between runs, and prior to that was running behind Parasol, which is good form. Drops back to 78 and gets up to the 1300. So I'm expecting Party for One to be finishing pretty well, and I don't think you have to go too wide in that quaddie leg. That might even cover it, those two, but we'll talk about the quaddie later.
You know what? It's probably a good way to approach the quaddie, to trim up those last 2 legs, and maybe Cardinal Gem, Lady of Honour, and as you said, Carolee Rocks and Party for One. That could be a good strategy. All
right, speaking of that, that's our best bets for Sandown, but keep an eye on our socials for Shark with his very successful Perm, the Punters Inside Run multi, and we'll also have on our socials the Punters Inside Run quaddie. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a very winning weekend. We'll see you next time on Punters Inside Run.
You know it's a better betting app when you've got stats and insights for every major game and race. Plus expert opinions from the best minds in the game, all in the palm of your hand. That's better. You win some, you lose more.